what do sustainability consultants charge? What's a good hourly rate? I talked to my peers. I talked to other people in my industry who were kind of doing the same things. And I looked at the big shops, the Deloittes and the McKinseys, and was like, well, I'm not going to charge that. I'm like a little punk rock consulting firm. But I found a sweet spot. And 2 years in, there's still a lot to learn. Like I said, I still have a long way to go to truly make this personally sustainable. But I am getting enough signal from the universe, enough opportunity, getting to be invited to podcasts like this. Last week, I was in California filming a LinkedIn learning course. So I get to do my own instructional course on this now. There's enough opportunities coming to me that I'm like convinced there's something here. And so, kind of like we were talking about earlier, I'm just like, I'm dialed into that intuition. I'm listening to that voice and I'm like, I trust you. I would say that the hardest part of starting my own business and like making that transition from employee to entrepreneur was learning how to trust my own intuition.
Yeah. One time I had someone in my life they were going through whatever kind of difficult. They were facing some headwinds and I was given some advice and they're like, yeah, whatever. Everything comes so easy to you. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, oh, it's like opportunities just drop in your lap all the time. And I was like, do you actually really think that? In the moment, didn't say anything about it, but I thought about it a lot afterwards. And one of the things I think for anyone who has like their own business and does like a not just a consulting firm, but their own business, it's all about the work that you did way before you even knew you were going to have your own business. It's all about the relationships you have, the interests, like you'd said earlier, I'm super, I got into this because I care. Like I'm actually interested in this. Like I'm not a scientist. I'm an activist. I wanted to know more. Everything I've ever done, it's because I was like really, really interested in it. I was really interested in psychology. I was really interested in like social conditions. How do we help people with addiction and mental health? How do we create like different kinds of systems to aid in a situation that the government has just like dropped the ball on and just let people suffer? How do you move beyond just telling people like just don't do drugs? It's like, well, no, that's stupid. Like, how do we like embrace people with all sorts of different kinds of backgrounds and people who are living active addiction and try and return like humanity back into it? Like I was just genuinely interested in these things. And so everything that I have ever done, just based on like having relationships and like being interested in things and doing it, that's why I can do a business. And it's because I have relationships with people. I know how to learn about something and then take what I've learned, patch it together, and make it really approachable the same way that you have. And so when I started not just my own business, but anything I've ever done, it might just seem that things get dropped into my lap, but they don't get dropped into my lap. That's something, a seed I planted like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago, that have now borne fruit.